Hey, what's up? Welcome back. It's Weird Beard one more time with more Valorant coverage. Remember, you can find it all going down on the YouTube channel right here. Interviews all week with the Valorant pros that could be heading over to Berlin. Right now, we're talking to Derrek from Rise. What's going on, man?
Nah, nothing much. Just coming off a fresh loss, 1-2 to Sentinels.
Well, let's start first, right? There was a lot to be happy with there. You know what I mean? Like, if we were to even talk to all the teams that played Sentinels at Iceland to say that they could win a match, they'd be like, oh shit, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
definitely. What happened between map 1 and map 2 for you guys? What was the reset kind of like internally behind the scenes?
So just to start off, we're definitely, as you guys can see, we're not like a strong Breeze team yet. We definitely been experimenting with Icebox or Breeze and picking one or the other to ban. We ran about 2 weeks straight worth of practice on Breeze, and we were doing pretty decent against other teams in scrims, but Sentinels being Sentinels, decent against other teams isn't decent to them. So
yeah.
And then after the loss, our team is pretty good about just calming down our emotions. None of us were pretty down about the loss on Breeze. It was more so, okay, guys, just leave that in the past. It's a fresh start. We know we're good on Ascent. We've been plenty of tier 1 teams on Ascent, and we just played our game better than them, I think.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy too because you guys lost 3 of your last 4 games on Ascent. So coming in, it kind of felt like, oh, geez, this might be another tough Ascent one. And you guys were really rolling. I think the play that stood out the most to me was pistol round second half when you hit that shock dart.
Yeah,
that was nutty. I really think it set the tone for that second half because you guys were tied going into halftime, and then that second half you were just rolling. Would you say that you guys are a momentum-based team? Like once you start going, it seems like it's hard to knock you down.
Yeah, 100% we are. It's more of a double-edged sword, if anything, because I mean, if you're not getting the rounds, then everyone's a little bit more quiet.
Yeah.
There's like certain plays that you should have done, but you were like, is it really the right play? But once we're on, it's like, wow, we're just everything. We don't even need to say a word. Everyone knows what each other's doing. It's just, it's worlds of a difference. But
well, and I mean, how communication has to be still kind of not new, but you were added back in like May, I believe. So how is it feeling with the team? Do you feel like you guys are really gelling? Have you hit your stride yet, or is it still kind of like putting it together game by game by game?
I definitely think we are communication-wise. We're definitely up there. Like we're always talking. We're always communicating. It's not like there's a lack of communication, but it's more so if we're down rounds, it's like there's like I said, we're a momentum-based team, so there's less of it. It's not. There's no dead silence. It's more like I don't know how to explain it. It's just
got to be tough.
We're a different team.
Yeah, it's got to be tough, like to sit there and like when you're down, and especially I guess like I don't want to put myself in your shoes, but like Sentinels first round, that's got to be already kind of like baggage, right? Like you're already trying to be like,
definitely, yeah.
Shit. Like I'm interested too to know kind of how you feel and how the team feels, because like you look at a lot of the other teams here. You've got like 100 Thieves, you've got Sentinels, you've got Xset, you've got FaZe Clan, and then Rise is the team that sort of like, I don't want to say should surprise people to be here, but it's not one that maybe everybody's familiar with.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Do you feel like that puts more pressure on you guys or less pressure to kind of win?
100% less pressure. I think everyone thinks we're the underdog. No one expected us to even come to the qualifiers. We were just like a fresh new tier 2 team after they added me in. Rise started finally winning weeklies that they wouldn't even get past like quarters in. With the addition of Superman, all of the comms like changed. We were confident in our play. We were beating teams like FaZe, Gen.G, Cloud9, BBG, and I don't know. We hit our stride, and now we're here.
So, sorry, I was just going to ask, like, who is Rise? You know what I mean? Like, you guys are starting to hit your stride. Have you found your like identity, like who you guys are yet?
I think we're not a team like FaZe where like it's just, we're going to take every single fight. We're going to push your side. We don't care who's on the site.
Yeah, no SME.
Yeah, definitely not. We're more of a team that likes to react off what the enemy team is doing. And we like to switch the tempo a lot where we see fit. We're not.
Yeah, like I think that was also interesting too, because it's like you weren't just winning on like rounds that you were supposed to win, right? Like it's not like you just won the gun rounds when the other team was on buy or saves. Like I think it's going to be beneficial for you guys to really be able to be the team that can shift those gears, you know, like be able to go back and forth. And one of the other things that I really saw a lot of was, you know, Shanks had a good, he was able to play around, you know what I mean? Like a little bit. It felt like Shanks wasn't just a role player where you're like, all right, you go stand over here and shoot people that come by you. You know, like who do you think is the glue right now for you guys? Because you know, you may say the addition of you, but who's the person that's holding this team and is like the soul of you guys right now?
I think Poised, our IGL, is definitely the voice of our team. Like if he's confident in his calls and we're all listening, I think we're pretty unbeatable. Neptune also, he's kind of a quiet guy if we're not on, but like when he's feeling it, when he's hitting shots, when he's like screaming at the top of his lungs and we're winning rounds, it's all of us are screaming, all of us are like, woo, you know, after we win rounds. Yeah, it's definitely those two that definitely keep us together.
And you know, one of the other things before we cut the cameras on here, as I mentioned, you know, I saw a lot of play out of you when you were at the esports arena. I know those guys really well. How does it feel for you to be here? You know, it's not necessarily like I'm saying like, hey, how's it feel to be in the big boy leagues? But you know, it's got to feel kind of cool. I think I just want to hear from you, like, what's your internal voice saying to you right now?
It's definitely a dream come true to be competing with like these CS guys that I watched like in high school. I was like, wow, this is what I want to do. I didn't get to really be good enough in CS to ever compete, obviously, but I tried my hand in Overwatch, didn't really make it anywhere. I gave Valorant my all, and like it's really like it's just crazy to me that I'm here competing against them. I'm competing with the best of the best, and yeah, it's just wow.
Well, I mean, you definitely played your hand right if you that you didn't end up in Overwatch. You know, like you guys still have some games coming up here. You know, this isn't meaning that you're out and not heading to Berlin or anything like that. Do you think that the team's ready to bounce back? Like, are you guys ready to really 100%. Be able to commit and run it?
We just want to play. We just give us TSM, and we're gonna make a lower bracket run.
Hey, I have faith in you guys. You guys played great, played an awesome map out there, especially to be able to take one off Sentinels. Excited to see what you're able to do. Derrek, thanks so much for hanging out with us today, man.
Thank you, Redbird.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.